Well, it looks like Shore is done playing with Quincy because he just came out to expose his own son Quincy for lying to try to save Diddy from the feds. The word in the streets is that Quincy shenanigans are worse than we knew, and he might just be in a whole lot of legal trouble over this too. But what's truly insane is that I'll Be Sure is not the first to call him out for his behavior, because fans have noticed his weird obsession over Diddy. However, we didn't imagine that it would go this deep. Now there are some pretty bold allegations out there, but I'll Be Sure we're standing 10 toes down, and he no longer seems interested in protecting Quincy. And it looks like he's determined to take Quincy down with Diddy. But what exactly did Quincy do to set Be Sure off like this, and what receipts did Bore bring to back up his claims? Let's get into it now. As wild as it may seem that Sure is throwing his own biological son under the bus like this actually shouldn't be all that surprising. He has made multiple efforts over the years to reconnect with Quincy and build a relationship, but Quincy just doesn't seem interested. Even after Diddy got exposed, Be Sure continued to reach out, like the time he made this post that said, "The door is wide open. You're safe here, son. I love you, pups. You're biological." However, Quincy was not interested in the slightest, and it looks like Be Sure's patience has finally run out. And if you've been following him in the past couple of months, then you wouldn't be surprised that he has been giving up on Quincy. He has made it clear that his #1 goal is to get justice for Kim Porter, and nothing is going to stop him, not even Quincy. And now that Quincy seems to be standing before him at that goal, I guess Be Sure had no choice but to spill the tea on his own son. And this is a lot. According to Be Sure, Quincy wasn't exactly straightforward with the feds when they questioned him regarding Diddy's activities. It turns out that when the feds started digging into Diddy after Cassie's lawsuit in 2023, they spoke to his 6 grown kids. And according to Be Sure, not only did Quincy allegedly straight up lie to the feds, but he also encouraged his siblings to do the same. So what exactly did Quincy tell the feds, and how did it affect the investigation? Well, allegedly Quincy claimed that Diddy never put his hands on his female partners, claiming that he would have seen something if that happened. He also supposedly claimed that Diddy was just very freaky, and that he often engaged in BDSM with his female partners. But we're not even going to get into how weird and creepy it is that Quincy seems to know so much about his father's intimate life. But going by what we know about Diddy, that's not very shocking, because he was freaky as F and very loud about it. But anyways, back to Quincy. According to Be Sure, when the feds spoke to Quincy during these investigations, he claimed that the woman who claimed that Diddy allegedly bruised them were all lying. According to Quincy, the bruises were all from consensual acts of BDSM, claiming that the women loved getting bruised up by Diddy. And you'll want to know what the wild part about all this is that he's claiming that his own mother, Kim Porter, also had BDSM in sessions with Diddy. This is crazy, but allegedly trying to back it up with logic. According to Be Sure, Quinton claimed that he was old enough when his mom was with Diddy, and when they broke up, he was old enough to know what was going on. There have been multiple reports over the years of Diddy allegedly putting hands on Kim, like this one that dates back to 2005, and it said Diddy Combs' girlfriend Kim Porter was left with a broken nose after the Couple argued on Combs' yacht in. Sanrope Combs flew in a specialist plastic surgeon from Geneva after the accident. Porter has since claimed that she hurt her face after she banged her nose on the table, but Quincy is looking like he's trying to switch up and change. This narrative, I'll be sure, claimed that his son tried to stick with this BDSM narrative, insisting that Diddy never deliberately hurt Kim. But again, y'all, this is proving to be a big fat lie, because so many people have claimed to see Diddy hurt Kim, and it's not just talking about friends and family who knew them privately, because Diddy's bodyguard Gene Deal also claimed that Diddy treated Kim like Cassie and that often he put his hands on her. But Gene Dale was not the only one who had something to say about Diddy hurting Kim. Even people who weren't close to her, like Dawn Richards, knew that Dee was hurting Cassie. In Dawn Richards' testimony, she wrote, on one occasion in around 2005, during this first session of making the band 3, Miss Richard observed Mr. Combs' ex-partner and the mother of his 3 children, Kim Porter, leaving Mr. Combs' recording studio in tears with visible facial injuries, including a lacerated lip. Realizing that Mr. Combs was capable of committing acts of violence against women caused Miss Richard to feel deep apprehension and fear that Mr. Combs could one day physically harm her. Now, unless Diddy and Kim Porter were getting freaky in a crowded recording studio, the odds are high that Diddy did in fact put hands on Kim. And as Alb Shore is now pointing out, if Dawn Richard, who was far removed from the family, knew how DW